Hey sisters, hey brothers. Hi everyone, how you do? Today I am making what is a very sad video, but also with funny connotations. It's a sad video because the circumstances around it are very sad. It is very sad also that my brother doesn't seem to know this already. However, it's funny that my brother doesn't know this at his age. Happy New Year to all of you. Can you please subscribe to my page? Can I tempt you to subscribe to the page and for you to become my partners on this? Ooh, I can cross post to pages and I can share it in my pages groups. I like it. Anyway, let me find my hub. Okay, it's already going to the hub. All right. There's a brother who sent me a message in the inbox, and the brother has a sad thing that has happened to him. And because he is grieving, he's asking me for an explanation. And to be honest, that's where the surprise comes for me. That this brother does not know this thing already, and that I've got to explain this to him. Okay, what can we do? A person does not understand, then we will have to explain to him. And I hope that by answering this for this brother, I will help some of you also to know way ahead of time. Because it turns out that some of you have been living with me and my sisters for a long time, but the real engagement with us, the paying attention to us, and our patterns of behavior has not happened. This guy is just separated from his spouse, and he's the one who went to cheat. He cheated, and when he cheated, the woman calmly told him that it was over. Initially he thought that it was a bluff, and he ignored her for a while. After a few weeks, he thought it would be like before. He would ignore her and they would be back to talking. But this time, he figured after about 2-3 weeks that this girl was not going to be the one who comes to speak to him. And he was thinking, oh, okay, whatever. Yeah. One day he comes and she's busy moving her things out. At that time, he realizes that this is real and that it wasn't a bluff. And long story short, she actually did move out. And since she moved out, that's where the issue actually is for him. The fact that she seemed to have moved on very quickly, not necessarily with anybody, she's not dating anybody, but she has not been upset that the relationship ended. She is not spiraling like he is spiraling. And he does not understand why she's not spiraling. Is why he contacted me, because he wants to understand and he wants to make sense of it. Ama, I get it. But we were together for 15 years. 15 years has got to mean something to her. How is it that she's able to see me in town and be so calm in walking past? She never used to be like that. She was always into me, always emotionally involved. She was really the one who would spiral. So what has happened? Sisters, who's going to tell him? Will some of you volunteer to tell him, or should I tell him? I just said to him, but no, Ama, you don't understand. It's the speed with which, like, she didn't do it quickly. No, don't think that it happened quickly. No, it did not. She has taken her time to come to this conclusion. So why is she not upset? She's already done the grieving before she made the choice. That's the thing a lot of you guys don't seem to know. You will be in your homes with your women. Your women will be grieving the end of your relationship and you don't know. She's cried all the tears that she would ever cry already. And now that she's made a decision, her tears are dry. Her vision is clear. She has mourned. She has done all the things that a person would do, and now she's come to acceptance. And that's the thing I have come to know, because I deal with this from quite a few brothers, you know. It takes, so I asked him, did she move on the first time there was problems in your relationship? He says no. But this is not the first time I have cheated. I'm like, bam. You've cheated one, she let it go. You cheated two. And each time you were doing it, you were approaching her threshold. And then finally, you hit her threshold. And it is enough to make her decision. And now that she's made this decision, she will not eat her vomit. There's nothing you can do to this woman to make her come back. And he's like, well, I'm not even worried about her coming back. I've already accepted she won't come back. But can she at least be as upset as I am upset? I'm like, may I ask you a question? In your relationship, was she a crier? Yes, she always cried. And in the build-up until she made this decision, can you recollect any period when she was crying unusual amounts? Oh yeah, about maybe for the last 12 months, really. Yeah, she would cry, she would be quiet, she would be sulky, blah, blah, blah. And that's the thing I didn't like. Okay, well, she was in funeral. She was already mourning. She was crying for the demise of your marriage. And she's done it on her own. And she's done it privately. That's the danger of this occurrence. See, she was not in a hurry. She had all the time in this world to do it. At that time, you didn't even know the relationship had ended. Even she did not know the relationship had ended. But she could feel your disconnect. She could realize that things were not going where they were supposed to. She began to see the writing on the wall, and so she's cried. Right now that she's done with that whole process, and she has made her mind, and she's ready to move on, there is nothing that will make her cry. Because there's nothing to cry for anymore. She's done. Hey, is that how women are? Yeah. Yeah, that's how women are. In fact, that's how people are. But this is more to do with women in our context, because women tend to be the marginalized ones. Women are not allowed to leave these relationships. She is afraid of what her own family will say. She is afraid of what his family will say. She is afraid of what the church will say. She is afraid of what the witches and wizards in the community will say. She is afraid of becoming the talk of the town. She does not want to leave her children in a broken home. And all these reasons that make it very difficult for women to make this decision when the time comes. And so they sit and stew. They sit and stew. They wait it out. They don't act until it is just impossible. They wait until it is mission impossible. And that is when you would find my sisters pushed to the wall with nowhere else to go, who would decide, oh, sod it. Okay, fine. If that's how it's going to go, then that's how, if that's how it will go, well, let it go. Yeah. So, dear brother, your wife is not mourning because she finished her funeral a long time ago. She had her funeral ahead of the death of your marriage. She's made peace. She has already accepted the names people will call her. She's okay with it. No, she will not look back. She will not look back. This one, and I was saying to him, isn't this a case of you pushing somebody off the cliff and then waiting for the scream? If she was enough, she should have been enough. She wasn't enough, so she wasn't enough, and you were seeking elsewhere. Okay, feel free. Now you've got the freedom to go wherever you used to go to that she complained about. Feel free to go. And suddenly, brother doesn't want to go. It's not that exciting anymore. Oh, okay. will have to have a look. Okay, nobody has made any comments. I went on my phone and then I'm like, ooh, okay, maybe I might be able to read comments, but there are no comments. So I wanted to explain to this brother, which I already have done. He's not the reason why I'm actually making this video. I'm making this video for the rest of you who may not, like him, have understood this thing about women and the way we are socialized, especially those of you from my neck of the woods. I want to explain this to you. A lot of the women are very lovey-dovey when they first come to these relationships. You are the center of her universe. She wants to give you all her love. She wants to empty her intestines for you. Any little thing you do upsets her. She's always complaining because she is invested in the relationship, and she actually does want it to work. And so her energy is fully on board and she is doing everything she can. Sadly, for a lot of you, you don't interpret it accurately at this stage. You take it for granted at this stage. You wait until these women are done before you recognize that she was so into you. A lot of you see a woman who is so into you and you assume that that is a permanent arrangement. It's not. It's not. Even the most committed person has a threshold. They have a threshold. And if you keep pushing, and if you keep pushing, one day they would reach that threshold. The sad thing is, those with the long thresholds, once they hit it, there is no going back. No going back. So if you ever started a relationship with a woman who was into you, you were the center of her universe. She would call you everywhere she was. She would expect you to be on the phone with her. She would check in with you and ask you to check in. And she wants to touch you and she wants to be all over you. She is on your social media and she is listening into your conversations and she is. I want to explain to you, it's not really an act of control. It is their way of cueing in. It's cueing into something that is important to them. They value this relationship, and so they're doing everything to make sure that the relationship is nurtured. Sadly, most of you do not read this right, and most of you will start misbehaving when a woman does this, because most of you interpret it to mean that you are her endpoint and that she has nowhere else to go, and that it devalues her somehow. No, it does not. The smart ones should actually recognize that this is your game. This is your win. This is the place you don't want to mess about at. When she cues in, you want to cue right back in. You want to confirm that this is something both of you are into. You want to make her feel relaxed. You want her to feel comfortable. You want her to feel loved. You want to give love and receive the love she gives you. If you do that, that will continue. For the majority of you who do not receive this love, and especially those of you who will shove it in her face, she will take a punch and she'll come back again. She will take another punch and she'll come back again. And one day her brain will wake up and tell her about self-preservation. It's inevitable. Her brain will speak to her. It will send it in an email. Dear fool, don't you see that this person does not reciprocate how you want things to be done? Huh? Dear idiot, what are your eyes for? Do you not recognize that this guy is taking you for granted? If her own internal systems don't do, the witches and wizards in your community will. But whatever brings her attention to it, something will. And one day she will recognize that, this is not a good arrangement. And that's where the problem begins. From then onwards, she will start to insulate. And if she comes to see witches and wizards like me, and I listen to her and I realize that she is getting hurt, that she doesn't know how to regulate, I will teach her how to regulate. And one of the first acts of regulation is detachment, my dear. If a person is going to hurt you, you know, when you want to step into cold water, you're taking a deep breath and then you conscientize yourself before you jump in. Well, yeah, that is what we will teach her to do. And she will teach herself to do. We will teach her to self-soothe. We will teach her to focus on her life. We will teach her to focus on her children. And as we are teaching her to focus 100% on herself and her children, guess who is going to lose her focus? Is you. The need to cue into you is going to be diverted and taken elsewhere. We will teach her, or she will teach herself, how to meet her own needs. If you are not going to meet the need, we are not going to tell her to sit there and dry. We will teach her to take care of her own needs. We will teach her to make friends. We will teach her to find new passions. We will teach her to make money. We will teach her a lot of things, but every single one of those things is going to teach her not to need you. She's going to learn not to need you. And the day she gets that lesson nailed, that is the beginning of the end for you and her. It is. When she is able to do things without you, when she is able to be happy without you, when she compares the happiness she has without you with the limited happiness she had with you, you are in trouble. She is going to evaluate them and discover that it is better to obey what the Bible says than to do the foolishness most of us do. The arm of flesh will fail you. When you rely on the arm of flesh, it will fail you. If you are going to rely on any arm of flesh, you better rely on your own. And so she will find that self-reliance. And when she finds that self-reliance and she focuses on doing things for herself, the devil will send her another email and highlight the fact that you are completely irrelevant and that there is no point in accommodating your bullshit. And that day, when she finally realizes that you are full of hot air, BS, she will tell herself she can't be bothered again. From that point onwards, the funeral has already ended. She's done with the mourning. The beginning of the move on will happen. And yes, when people like that move on, like in this case that my brother was sharing with me, they do not shed a tear. The tear was shed a long time ago. Is everything okay? Yeah. What was that? Yeah. It's too late. It's too late. So my brother wanted to know how women are able to move on so fast without showing any emotion, because they already did show the emotions way before then. They already began the move on process way before then. They already figured out that they were going to be societal outcasts a long time ago. And so at this point, you threatening her about what her family will say and what the society will say will make no difference, because she no longer cares. She's checked out. She's gone. There's nothing you can do. The funny thing is, the women who love the deepest are the ones who are very shocking when they detach, because a lot of you, when you see people love deep, assume that it's a permanent position. It's not. If you haven't seen the video I made yesterday about everything being conditional, go back and find it. I will try and find it and pin it to the top for you. Everything is conditional. A person will continue to love you if it serves them to love you. They will continue to love you if you don't hurt them when they love you. If you hurt them when they love you, at some point they are going to figure out that hurting is not something they want to do. And so detachment from you may be a sensible thing to do. Anyway, I hope some of you have experiences with these things and you can share your experiences to help the brothers to understand. If you know a brother who is old enough, should know this and doesn't seem to know this, well, listen. Invite them to watch the video, tag them. Oh. Apparently there are some applications. I am in serious production, and when that happens, yeah, no, my poor baby, she's struggling. Baby, 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 ooh la baby. Yeah, baby is struggling. Baby doesn't know what to do. Yeah, ooh. Let me quit some of these things. I intended that video to be a 5-minute video anyway. I think I have answered the question. For those who needed it, I'm off to go and drink some sobolo, aka sorrel, aka hibiscus tea, whatever you call it where you are from. It's supposed to be very good for cleansing. All this healthy living is taking a toll on my mental health. But okay, we shall worry about those things later. I've answered the question. If I get any more comments that suggest that I need to come and do some more work, I would. But we are on the ascendancy. Can you go and check out the... So this first link I'm going to put is one that I am inviting all of you who fancy yourself on the ascendancy to do go and check. The reason being that I want you to make progress, and I'm trying to share all the ways I know for making progress with you. Oh, why am I doing this? Why am I like this? This first one. Oh, Andriana. Yeah, I didn't realize some of you had made comments. Hi, darling. How you doing? So this one, as you check my sound, is very low. Oh, wow. I don't even know. I will have to go and find out what the problem is with the mic. The first link is for you to go and get your branding deal. And it's for those of you who don't have websites, who don't have all the things that you need to be able to work in this 21st century. Do go and check out the branding. The other one I want you to go and find is the collective, the Ascendancy Collective, We Shall Not Be Broke page. That page has all the things that you need, including the free AI tool to go and do your self evaluation, and then we can follow up on that later. You would be able to get the branding deal and everything else off that. So let me throw that also on here. There you go. And hopefully I will be able to pin the Ascendancy Collective. Let me see. Nope. When you create on another page, it will not let you pin. Interactivity. Okay. Ooh, there's a chatbot. Ooh, wow. I like it. I like how all these things Anyway, I will come back and I'll come and do more of these configuring. Beautiful. I think that's more than enough on one video. I have answered the question. I'm going off now. I will see you in the morning, but I have put those things on for you because I get lots of questions from people about the Ascendancy Collective. Do go and check out. Go and check out the branding deal. Go and check the We Will Not Be Broke page. Make sure, Egbe Kofi, how you doing? Happy New Year to you too. So let me go off and I shall see you guys in the morning. I think I have done bit. I can see the links. Yeah, all is good. Bye bye.